We made it to a Friday. I think it's Friday.
What's
Probably.
up?
What is up? Hey, what's happening? How are you doing, Jose?
All good. And how are you?
I'm okay. It's pretty hot now. I had to shut my window, so now it's like getting really, really stuffy now.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it hit 80 today. I'm very excited for the nice weather, but it's been raining. I don't know how green you can see it is outside my
Mm-hmm.
window, but
Yep.
yeah, it's been storming all day. So hot and stormy. So other than that, it's pretty good. I just like ate an entirely massive bowl of pasta, which was
Nice.
fabulous. Yes, I know. I love it. So let's take a second to say hey to the chat real quick. We have GT Key Comics, always the number one dude in my chat. You are welcome here anytime. It's
What's
always a
up?
good time seeing you in my chat. What's happening? Here is a link to our campaign. I have that pinned to the top, and I will be plopping it on Twitter in just a second. Let's
Nice.
see here. We got TM. Hi, TM. How are you doing?
What's
Oh,
up?
the greatest mod of all time, all the way from the UK. We got Glenn. What's up,
What's up,
Glenn?
Glenn?
Always good seeing you. And we got Michael. Just returned to your house, by the way. Hopefully you stayed safe during that fire over there. That was crazy.
What up, Michael?
Let's see. Yeah, what's up, guys? Yeah, we have Bradazzle. What's up? How are you doing? I love seeing
What's up?
everybody in here. I think Bird is Ken Bird in chat. Oh, Bright. Okay, I was like, Ken is Bird in here. I don't see him. And we got Cran in the chat. What's up, Cran? How are you guys doing?
What's up, Gran?
Hopefully everyone's doing lovely today. Let me see if I can get to my own stream on where am I at? Twitter, so I can paste this link in here. You know, one of these days, StreamYard, for all the amount of money that we pay you, you think that you could link
Oh
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
channels?
I know StreamYard is kind of a mess. That's what I'm hesitant to buy it because it's such a headache that I'm pretty much good with OBS right now.
Yeah, see, OBS I liked more for when I was doing single art streams.
Yeah,
But I think StreamYard is so just easier when you're having like this kind of a thing, or when you like have
exactly.
a lot
Yeah.
of times I'll have late night hangouts with 10 people on it. That kind of thing is a lot easier. But OBS, yeah, if I'm doing an art stream, I like how I can tweak my video and my audio on there
Yeah.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I like OBS, I think, more for that kind of stream. But for this, like, StreamYard, that's good. But yeah, I'd say wait till Black Friday. They usually do their sales, and then it's like half off for like the whole year. So
Oh,
it's
cool.
usually what you want to go gung ho for that. Let me see if I can just boost your audio for a little bit because it seems a little low to me. Hold on. Keep talking.
Okay, so my audio is it
Yeah,
good?
I boosted it to two. Oh, whoops! I boosted it to 200, so you should be good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, listen.
Is it good right now?
Yep, it's 200 right now. Chat, let us know if that is too loud or whatever. But you're
Please
at
do let us
200.
know.
I don't care if it's too loud, whatever. Listen, we're not pro here. This is hobo day today. we're not giving a crap today. Yes. You're back home and it's pretty damn good. I hope I don't know how long. Well, you were away from your house for like 2 days, I think, because of that. That's crazy. Hot and stormies with the ladies. That's funny. Yeah. So hang on 1 second. We're gonna make this about you. Listen, I know it's funny that you're not on cam, but I don't care. Boom, you're huge. That's how we do here. So
Hey.
It's all about you today. So first of all, tell me about this avatar. What character is this from? I want to know this. I like this.
Oh, nice. So this is one of my characters. Her name is Bridget. I usually have like female characters for some reason, and
Okay.
I used to have like this pirate comic back in the day. One of my first comics that I written from beginning to end. It never had a real name, but it was about this kind of pirate princess, and she has like this
Lovely.
cursed sword, and sometimes the demon possess her, and that this is her
Ooh.
demon, her demon form. And yeah, it was about pretty much she was trying to find her dad, which was kind of like a pirate king, and she
Nice.
went into kind of like the super weird, rare places on Earth, and she ends up on another dimensions. She ends up sailing on space. She ends up sailing on hell and other cool places. All while her her stepsister she's kind of like in the Marines, and she's trying to capture her. So that was a really cool
Cool.
story. I love that. One of my earliest comics. Never got actually um, drawn all
Okay.
the way around, but maybe one day, if I get good enough at these crowdfunding stuff, maybe one day we'll be seeing that in comic format.
Nice. I love that. No, I really like this character, and even Cran says it's a cool character design. So no,
Nice.
that sounds quite interesting. I think that's really cool. No, I'd love to see something like that. That's some of my favorite kind of genre of stuff that I like to read. And what's up, Victor? You'll be on my show soon enough. Yes. Welcome to all the artists and people in the chat. And it's a perfect time for you to get here because we're all about Jose today. And please introduce yourself to the people in the chat or whoever is watching and lurking. Let's go.
So what up? My name is Jose Garcia, and I'm a comic book artist and I'm a storyboard artist. I've been working for the last 7 or 8 years at Dreamworks, Netflix, doing storyboard, character design, backgrounds. I'm usually more of a kind of outsourcing guy. So
Hmm.
I pretty much get a lot of stuff from a lot of productions. Like I'm not getting married to one single show. I'm usually I usually in my studio, in my outsourcing studio, like
Uh-huh.
every week we have like a little different stuff every single time. Uh,
Nice.
one week we are making like backgrounds from inside job. The other week we are making character designs for My Little Pony. Then
Nice.
the next week we are making animatics for Kung Fu Panda. So it's kind of like a
Ooh.
mixed bag of stuff that we are usually making. Sometimes we do cleanup animation. Sometimes we do
Oh, fun.
all that kind of stuff. But kind of the main stuff that I really want to be drawing, it's comics. So
Yeah.
I've been here on the indie scene for maybe for the last 4 years. I
Okay.
I already done like 25 books, which uh,
Whoa.
drawn. I drawn, I letter, I colored, and inked all by myself. I've been working with lots of people, um, and this is I'm here to kind of promote my second book that I written, and I've been um, that's one of my own stuff. So it's kind of cool being here on tour. There's the streaming tour, talking with everyone, getting to know all the new faces, and it's
Yeah.
kind of exciting to always have someone to talk about comics and stuff.
I That's my favorite thing about what I do. I never in a million years ever thought I'd be doing, first of all, this. Second of all, as many of these that I do a month, but I think that is my favorite thing is just having new guests on and then just actually getting to know the people that I have on here because I really truly have a love for comics, just art in general. So to me that is absolutely fun to see other people's styles,
Hmm.
how they come up and create things. But yeah, no, I very much love that kind of stuff. So to me, that's very exciting, and I love that. What's even more exciting is when I finally meet people at cons that I've had
Yeah.
on here, and it's like, yes, we better do dumb stuff.
I always love the drinking after cons, and or
Oh,
maybe the going out to eat some
gotta
pizzas
go
or,
out
or
to eat.
burgers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yes.
cool sport.
That's the best. You just kind of chill out with your friends after the con and just be like, yes, and then you just show off all the dumb stuff that you got.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, here, Crayon saying the character that your avatar here reminds them of the main character from Hollow Field.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Let's see. CJ stopped in to make sure we're live. We're a live and live. Look at that. Boom. That's right. Got Cap in the house. What's up, Cap? Let's see. Oh, very good question, CJ. He has to run. He's going to catch on the replay. When does the Kickstarter end?
In 4 days,
4 days. Boom. That's
I
right.
think Monday, right?
Okay. So, because you're 3 hours behind me.
Yep.
Yep. So according to my schedule, it ends on Wednesday, April 30th at 12:05 a.m. Eastern time. So
Oh,
whatever it
Wednesday. Yeah,
is for you guys, but yeah, Wednesday. Listen, time is weird.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You could say 4 days from now, and I'm like, that's a Friday, or I'm like, that's a whatever. Like you look at the calendar, you're like, no, that's not actually
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
in the realm of where you thought. TM, that's what he was just talking about a minute ago. That was the character that he was describing. What was the name of that? Did you have a name for that series?
No, I didn't. I didn't have a name for that comic. I had all the plot, all the characters, all that stuff,
Yeah.
but I never got to name it. The character name is Bridget, and that's
Okay.
all I have. But I didn't have a name for the story. I want. I always want to do something like in manga, kind of like
Oh,
you know
nice.
how
Yeah.
Berserk. It's a play of words
Yes.
the of guts, the character, and the
Yes.
berserker armor. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
both plot elements, and I never got to figure out like what's. I never got to decide like which element I wanted. Sounded so cool that it could be the
Yeah.
title. So I got stuck in there, but someday in the future I will revise the story, and I'm sure that this time I will get it.
Very cool. No, I love that. We actually have a question from another fellow storyboard artist over here. This is Eric.
Oh,
He wants to know. Well, so how long? First of all, how long have you been storyboarding? Then how long have you been making comics? And did you find it easier to get into comics since you were doing all the storyboarding?
Okay, so it's kind of weird jumping from
Yeah.
storyboard to comics. So
Yeah.
I've been I started as a comic book artist. So
Okay.
my main goal was always doing comics, right? So I had
Yeah.
a couple comics done um, when I was in my 20s maybe, and
Okay.
that I have one comic that it's on my campaign. It's called my 8-bit story. That's kind of like my
Yeah. So
first.
cute.
Yeah, it's a girl traveling through her old Game Boy games, and it doesn't have words. It's kind of silent. I published it as a web comic, and then it was kind of like one of my first campaigns, and it got printed, and I brought it to San Diego Comic Con. And when I was at San Diego Comic Con, I pretty much got hired because of that book, because
Oh
one
wow.
of the headhunters from Dreamworks just he was at my table. He asked me some questions. He bought around like 8 books to show around
Whoa.
some people. And after I returned to Mexico after San Diego Comic Con, I have my
Hmm.
gig as a storyboard artist, which lasted for 8 years, and that
Wow.
also brought me kind of this kind of window into the publishing world on comics. So I got to
Hmm.
made a comic for 30 Second Books. Um, I was hired on that con at the spot just by showing that book, and I got
Cool.
hired for some other stuff on France. I did some bande dessinée on France just after that Comic Con. So that was like a really lucky Comic Con. It was the first time I had a table and some product, and yeah, and that was like pretty cool. But I already was working on comics.
Okay.
I was already studying animation. I'm a big fan of the European market. Like I really
Yes.
love the
Yes.
Idol. I really love
Hmm.
Black Sad. I really love the style from uh,
Yes.
this guy called Enrique Fernandez, and all of these guys from the Belgium European market. And when
Oh
I
yeah.
noticed that everyone was an animator at Disney at some point, so that's what I decided to go into animation.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and I say like, okay, so in order to be as cool as these guys, I need to be an animator. So I studied that, and I once I did my first comic, the my 8-bit story. That brought me a lot of great stuff. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, I decided working on still working on animation for the money. and just trying to get ready to make more comics. And comics, I've been maybe for half of my life making comics, and I've been only 8 years
Wow,
professionally doing
it's amazing.
storyboard. Um, but it was kind of crazy jumping back from storyboard to comics,
Uh,
since most of the work I was doing on storyboards is pretty rough. Like sometimes the faces were just dots and little lines, little cute lines. So that kind of messed up my whole kind of vibe on my art. Like I used to have like this really cool inking style. I was always trying to copy Joe Math, um,
okay.
or Chris Bacalo whenever he was kind of working with Tim Townsend. So I had like these really super kind of thick and thin lines, all these kind of all this kind of cool comic book style. But when I enter storyboard, I have to uh, pretty much get rid of all of that, and I just start working on a single animation line, which
Wow.
kind of it has cost me like maybe like 3 or 4 years to kind of return to my former self, and I'm not there yet. But yeah, it was kind of hard jumping back from animation to comics. The cool thing is that you have kind of like the motion in comics. You get kind of the keyframes, you get the speed, which is kind of like a big thing for me. Um, but you lose kind of a little bit of that style that makes it like super super comic, you know.
Oh yeah. We got a lot of really good questions in the chat here, but no, I think that's quite interesting to me because I never really thought about what goes into storyboarding until actually we had Eric on last year for our API month, and he was going into details of how he does storyboarding. And to me, that's
Mhm.
fascinating because when you do each panel, like you have to kind of think about the full 360 of
Yep.
what's going around in that whole thing, and that is just so fascinating to me.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, and
yeah.
plus you have a lot of panels to work with, and you have to get used to people just maybe you just drawn like a 1,000 panel scene, a really cool action scene or something like that, and by the next day the script has changed and you have to scrap everything. And
Oh no.
yeah,
Yeah. That,
and people tell you like, okay, do the same thing, but change the angle from above, from below, or something
oh
entirely
man.
different. So it's kind of challenging whenever that happens. Yeah,
That sounds like not the job for me because I'd be stressing out with anxiety the
yeah,
entire
yeah.
day.
I was super in anxiety mode all the
Oh my
time
god.
whenever I was starting, because
Yeah.
I used to be super slow. I tried to do the pretty pretty panels, but
Yeah.
you once and this happened to me well, when I was working on Voltron. I was making
Okay.
a collection scene, and that got revised like 5 times. So imagine having like maybe close to 2,000 drawings thrown to the garbage just because they didn't
Oh
fit
no.
into the show. And we ended up making like maybe a 40 panel for the um,
Whoa.
for the shot scene, and that was it. But you really learned how to not be so precious with your art.
Mm. That's interesting because yeah, Eric is also saying too that he's coming from storyboarding to now he's making a comic and he's worried about page layouts.
Hmm.
And you had a question earlier. How do you plan your page count formatting pages after coming like from a storyboarder type point of view? Like how do you do that?
So when I was at Dreamworks, I was
Hmm.
in the story department,
Okay.
which was pretty much creating new IPs
Hmm.
for Dreamworks. So I was in there for a couple of years. So kind of like our goal was creating as much IP as possible, and you got the liberty of doing all the concept art, all the character designs, and you have to draw like kind of like all the environments, and you have to come up with some stories. And these stories never really got to see the light of day. They usually just were kind of like R&D, or like research, and they usually kind of like canned it, can it, so it will never see the light of day. Um, and I was in there with a couple of really experienced writers, like writers
Okay.
that were doing kind of their they were working for Disney DreamWorks for like maybe the last 40 years. So these guys were real vets, and they usually teach us how to write a story, how to connect the dots, how to do all of this fast, and they taught us a lot of about pacing. So they told us like, okay, so these are your, if you work in animation, you know your beat boards, which are pretty much is tell your story in 8 drawings, and that's it, right? And you have to pitch that story to to the executives, or to the or I don't know, the art director or something like that. So at first we used to do like a lot of these 8 panels to tell kind of like an epic story. And for me, kind of like the example that helped the most was kind of like they told me to draw like the major beats from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z in 12 panels, and I have to decide which were the most impressive, which were the most kind of recognizable moments. And I was like, okay, so in Dragon Ball we have Goku meets Bulma. We have like the tournament, the martial arts tournament.
Oh yeah.
You have King Piccolo fighting when Goku beats him. Later on, I have to put the wedding with Goku and Chi and Milk, and then we have kind of like the complete saga of the Raditz in just one panel, and then just the complete saga of the Saiyans. But you have to choose exactly like the moments and just draw it in a single image, so it's kind of like these
Hmm.
splash pages and or these posters.
Wow.
Whenever you have
Yeah.
like Goku kind of fighting Vegeta, but at the in the background you have like all the sea warriors like mostly dead, and and you have like a couple of stuff. So it's kind of like a collage of explaining the whole kind of saga in just one image. So that was pretty challenging, and we have to
Wow.
make stuff from some animes for maybe like the beatboards for some series, so we could understand them better. And once we achieved that, we were able to draw like from 8 to 12 panels of your full story, your full epic, but in single images that actually told the whole story. So the cool thing about that is that it allows you, it gives you permission to draw some of the cool stuff that you actually want to draw in the future. Some people start their comic thinking about this super cool thing they want to get into, but never get into that because it's like 100 chapters away. um,
Yeah.
so with this kind of exercise, you kind of pace yourself. You give yourself kind of the you give yourself this permission to do the cool stuff, and you have milestones that you can reach. So it's pretty cool because you can afterwards you can tell like, okay, I'm going to from this bit to this another bit, story bit. I'm gonna draw like 80 pages, and you just kind of write all the story bits, and you just pretty much kind of say like, okay, page one is the story bit, this page two, this is story bit, and all that way around. And you can add some pages, you can remove pages, but you have your milestones and you have like everything kind of super organized.
Very cool. What I want to do, because I have more questions saved for you. We're gonna get to those in a bit, but what I want to do is go to your campaign page because you have so much art on this page that I just want to start showing off some of the stuff that's on here. Because
Nice.
your art to me, it's super cool. Because you have this like kind of like anime style going on here, but then you have like this crazy sick, just detailed background work that's insane to me.
Yeah.
And I am just blown away by like how detailed you get with your background stuff. It's just fabulous to me. And this I'm going to take as your the main cover that you have here, which
Yep.
you're going to be doing some UV coating on as well. That's why you're showing like the glossing over
Mm-hmm.
the character.
Yeah, yeah,
Very cool. Yeah.
yeah. That's that kind of style. I just developed that coloring style for this campaign.
Wow. No, it's quite interesting. It's very intriguing to me. I love seeing this. So let me open up this just so I can show you how detailed you get, like really severely detailed on here. It's quite amazing. Hold on, let me go to the forgot to do our no tiny. There we go. Hang on one second. Eric also wants to know what exercises did you use as tools to create your piece for the book that you have here? Because you said you came up with a tiny little bit different style for this book.
Oh, I just straight up just drawing into the pages. Like I don't do never do warm ups, never do research.
Really?
I only have like this kind of. I only have this vague idea on my mind. I try to search for the right brushes, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. And then I just figure out as I go. Like whenever I was adding a grayscale to my characters, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but by page 3, everything came together. Pretty much. Yeah.
I love it. It's also like very intricately detailed with like your machinery and like you have all like this laboratory stuff and then just the crazy backgrounds to me. It's like gives me but like steampunk meets like Metropolis, but also like dystopian, like just randomness. It's just fantastic to see like all these weird little details on here.
It
I
is.
yeah, I'm just like love zooming in on the stuff. That's the kind of stuff that I love seeing because like you could spend a long time on one panel, one piece of work just to even figure out what's happening. And that to me is so fascinating about art. Like even in this little bottle right here, like it just looks like a dark bottle, but when you look at it, there's like all this like it looks like there's a roller coaster stuffed inside there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I pretty much love Dark Souls and the environmental kind of design of Dark Souls and Elden Ring. So I'm trying to put kind of this environment. How's it called? It has a term in animation. It's called set dressing, which is pretty much like you tell a story in the background. Kind of like if you have seen Steven Universe, like there's a story about a war that you can see on the backgrounds, but it's never really explicitly told how it happened. So you get to imagine how we got there. So you see the remainings of all that stuff. So whenever you are panning through all those backgrounds, throughout all of the story, I have like 5 stories going on. I have like kind of like older civilizations that you can tell if you notice the background, you can tell how they started and why they ended, but they are never explicitly being told about in the main story. You know, like some people might look at some of that statues and say like, oh yeah, that's a really cool statue. It kind of looked like it has like maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years old, but that's all they do. But you will see the same symbology. You will see the same kind of gimmicks from that culture all around.
Wow, that's amazing. And Eric is saying that's very cool. So you didn't really start with the script on this. You just kind of like went in and just started doing whatever.
No. No, so the thing is I have a kind of like this story. I have like this skeleton of a plot from beginning to end, and then I usually do kind of like this kind of weird I do this weird stuff. I already shown it in a couple of um, I showed it in Creative Block with Rini Ross and
Okay, yeah.
Narwhal and Phil. Let me see if I can get to it. I can remember the
Just
name of
pull
this.
this up.
It's just give me like 5 minutes, and I
Sure,
and I
no problem.
and I will get to it. I usually forget the name of the app, but I have it like in my notes. So okay, let me see.
Yeah,
Coming.
while you're looking at that, I just want to make some. You're so this is interesting to me because you're doing all this digitally, but to me, it looks like it's done by pencil and pen. And I
Yep.
love that the use of the lighting that you have, like in the different areas, of how it's just like coming in here. It just looks like you would have just traditionally drawn this whole thing. It's amazing. Like
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by that. Yeah,
that's pretty much like the ballpoint pen that we all use in
yeah.
in kind of high school. Like I did exactly the same thing, just in a kind of different in a very kind of in a higher scale, you know. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much what I did in there.
No,
Let me
it's
check.
interesting. You know what it reminds me of? Like when you get a like really good, like back in the day on PlayStation when you had like a 4 disc JRPG.
Oh yeah,
You would see like the background stuff, and then you would go into those interesting different worlds and then like find like the old rundown ruins and kind of stuff. This
yeah,
is what
yeah.
it reminds me of. This
Oh
is
nice.
exactly what it reminds me of. And I'd be here for it. I love this kind of stuff. But while you're looking for that, do you want to just describe what exactly your book is about? Because this is oh crap! I stabbed myself in my ear.
Okay, I found it, but I will talk about the
Yeah,
book a little bit.
sure.
So
Yeah, talk about the book a little bit. Yeah.
Club Van Fleur is pretty much a story about our main character, Julie Van Fleur. That's the girl, and she just lost her parents to do the war. Kind of like the representation of fire
Okay.
on this world. There's magic, so they are trying to eliminate the humans since they are polluting the world. So the representation of fire, the fire emperor,
Oh
kind of
wow.
lays siege to the capital,
Mm-hmm.
to the human capital, and her parents passed away during the battle, but they defeat kind of this flame emperor. And the thing is
Wow.
that they were part of this club, which has all of the greatest inventors, all the smartest people of all humanity, and they are just pretty much trying to bring technology up to a point where humans are safe, and they are trying to pretty much trying to survive this world, which is pretty much kind of in ruins. And the human world is pretty much like it's just a tiny city, which has like these super big walls, and all around them there are these shanty towns, which are
Mm-hmm.
called the border towns. They are at the border of the human world and the dark fantasy magic realms. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, so these are the forgotten people, and Julie is pretty much after her parents die. She's just trying to preserve and live up to her parents' legacy. So she inherits the Club Van Fleur. She's the leader of the Club Van Fleur. But at the same time, you have the Valkyrie Queen, which is trying to wage war against the unknown, against the magic, against nature. She's kind of like Lady Eboshi from Princess Mononoke. Um,
Okay.
so she's trying to she's trying to get her hands on the technology from the Club Van Fleur. Julie's trying to protect that, protect her parents' legacy, but at the same time you have like all the former members of the Club Van Fleur just leaving straight away after their parents die, since they have
Wow.
their own plans to steal their technology, make themselves rich, and they don't pretty much give a shit about the wars and everything. So it's kind of political in that way. So that leaves Julie alone, trying to. She makes a deal with the queen that she will pretty much restore Club Van Fleur to her former glory, and she will try to fix the issues of the world, studying magic, alchemy, and all that stuff, and
Wow.
bring balance to this world. And she kind of on her she flies away on her on her zeppelin, and she's trying to
Mhm.
find new members. And for some reason, she you will see in the book, she find these two young geniuses. Their names are Thierry and Julian, and
Oh,
they are pretty much like inventors too, but
okay.
they make everything out of scraps since they don't have the proper
Yeah.
tech. So
Well,
um,
kind of makes sense because they're living basically in a junkyard
yeah,
town of
yeah,
just remnants of every civilization possible, which I think is fascinating. And I love that kind of stuff when you can like go and explore this kind of thing, like really get in there and like see the different parts from like different things being used. I that to me is
yep.
amazing. I love crafting RPGs as well, and this is giving me sick crafting RPG. Just I want
Yep.
to go explore this. This is what this is giving me. Like I'm so very impressed by this. Yeah, the art is super
Thanks.
cool. Wow, great backgrounds and panel layouts. I don't know if you guys can how much this can pick this up on camera from here. The detailing and the way that you do your lighting is just absolutely fantastic. I'm just blown away by this. You have such fine details back here. Like it is so creative what you have going on in all these like different cities and different panels that you have on here. Like the mixture of like this like steampunk like just zeppelin slash thing, but you're coming in here with like the different versions of like nature in here. It's just quite phenomenal. And I love the way that you're doing like your rivets and like this weird like the bars like on the metals and stuff. It's just so
Mm.
fascinating to see
Oh,
all this.
thanks a lot. Yeah, it's super fun for me. It's
Yeah.
this is one of the stories that I always wanted to tell, and I think that I actually have the artistic level that I always wanted. So I
Yeah.
can make it like the I can make it justice to the idea I have in my head.
Yeah. And this panel is cool to me too, because down below you kind of show like how you came up with like this panel, like your basic like scribble sketch, and then like go into like the pencil-y, like going into like the final blacks like on here. I
Hmm.
thought that was super cool to add on here because I love seeing people's progress. And look at the amount of gun turrets that are on whatever the hell that is.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
giving me like Howl's Moving Castle, but like Death Wall at the
Oh
same
yeah.
time.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Oh, there
just
it is. There it is. There it is. Look
yeah, there it is. Yeah, yeah. That's kind of like you have
Oh,
on the
sense.
very first volumes you have these kind of weird invasion of robots, but they
Okay. Ooh,
are
yeah.
mysterious since they think that they are kind of like the last remainings of humanity, and they're being attacked by robots, and they're like, what the hell, are there other humans out there, and why do they have these robots? And they actually
Yeah.
learn that they are automatons, that they are kind of like
Hmm.
sentient, but they
Oh,
don't
nice.
understand why. So that's kind of like the mystery of the first arc. It's pretty much like
Uh-huh.
understanding why these robots kind of like have free will. Why do they attack all these border cities, and why do they try to attack the capital? So that's kind of the
Ooh,
first introduction to the story, to the
so
themes of
good.
magic, and there are some. There's a lot of factions of humans. They are kind of like
Okay.
the humans that love nature and want to step away from technology. They are the
Yeah.
ones that try to investigate magic and trying to
Wow.
build their own stuff, their own magic tech. And there are
Yeah.
the humans, just living their own life with the steampunk stuff. And there's tribes in nature. There's kind of these arcane, kind of older humans, and there's a lot of great creatures, kind of thing like Berserk. So it's gonna get gritty at some point, but it's still kind of
Ooh.
friendly with everyone.
I love this. I also really love like the use of like the anime style, but kind of more like the cartoony simplified style that you're using for the characters because
Hmm.
it makes the characters pop so much when you have like, this over super detailed background work happening. So it's really balancing well with the mix of the characters with what you have going on here. Like holy hell, the background that is in this is insane. The chandelier plus all the ornate details that you have on here, like it really makes these characters pop because of that.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's what I was aiming for.
Yeah.
So it's cool to hear that it worked. But yeah, since I was in animation, like I try to make the characters as simple as possible, and
Yeah.
the kind of like the shading, it's kind of like the hardest part for
Yeah.
me. It takes time, so but I usually do all these pages in kind of I'm kind of a fast artist, so I do like maybe 90 pages a month, but
Yeah.
on and with
Insane.
an animation line, so it doesn't have this shading yet.
Yeah.
So after I finish kind of like the first book in the first month, then I every day I wake up and it takes me around 4 hours to add all the shading. But whenever
Wow.
I do the grayscale, the final grayscale, I
Hmm.
have to do so little work with the grayscale because
Okay,
everything
that makes
has a
sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was already kind of it was already figured out while I was
Yeah.
doing kind of like this kind of rendering.
Yeah, and I love that each unique character is so different. And it has different things going on with like every part of their faces. I love that. Like I love this guy's profile right here.
Oh, nice.
He looks like some kind of crow owl kind of guy, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's just like some crotchety old man guy. But I love that. But no, that's one of the things I thought was fascinating because you do a lot of like really fast like panel work that you post on your Twitter account. And dude, you need to take that and plop all of that on YouTube so people can be watching you just be drawing. Like put those as reels on your YouTube because that is fascinating to see just how fast you're doing these panel work. It's crazy. And
I'd love
yeah,
to. Yeah.
4 hours makes sense. And Michael's like 90 pages a month he feels attacked. Listen, as someone that's doing naked 47, yes, I also
Man,
feel
I used to do like 120 before my
oh hell no.
my first baby
Yeah.
was born. So I
Yeah.
had to cut down 30 just to be around with my kid
Light.
and play with
Yeah.
her some more.
Oh,
But
it's just gorgeous. Yeah.
the weird
Oh,
thing
this
is
is
that my animation friends were
yeah.
as fast as me, if not faster. So I was always kind of like in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
I was neither slow, but I wasn't the fastest, you know. So coming
Yeah.
to the comic space, it's kind of weird since I'm used to people like working like super fast, and then in comics, it's like, what are you talking? Like a comic a year? Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like 1,000 pages, right? And no, it's only 20
It's
pages, and I'm like,
insane. Yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah, I guess. So
Oh,
very different cultures. Yeah.
it's so interesting too because like I know we all hang around Rocky and to watch him when he goes and does his recreation things because he'll take aspects of like the storyboarding but also like the animation style well he'll like flip up and down and like kind
Uh-huh.
of like mark stuff like where he's going then finally just full on draw stuff. That is so interesting to me to watch people create something that's from a completely different style than your own. Like I came from like straight up portrait backgrounds where I can like zip zap a portrait out of like no time at all.
Yeah.
And then when you go to like different fields, it's interesting to me because like when you're going from like a hyper realistic kind of thing like that, and then you're
Hmm.
trying to like I'm gonna put dumb down, but it's not dumbing down. But when you're going to
Yeah.
chibi style from like an ultra realistic to chibi style is got to be the most difficult thing for somebody because you
It's
need to figure
crazy.
what
Yeah.
to take out to make it look like that, but also just like simplify it as much as possible. Like it's so fun to watch people create things, and I absolutely love that. To me, that's fascinating. And this kind of thing is what gets me so inspired to do art myself. And I know it's the same way for a bunch of artists. There's a whole bunch of art people in chat, and I know that's the same way for them too. And yeah, no, that just it blows my mind how creative and talented people are. Like even if you find an interesting way that cuts time like down by half and
Hmm.
like you're doing it yourself, to me that is just it's amazing to me how like people can come up with this stuff and then just like learn but also teach somebody something that you
Hmm.
don't really know because there are so many different ways to do an art and get from point A to point B that you probably never would have thought of in like a million years. Then
Yep.
when you see somebody like do something, then it clicks with you, and then you're like, oh yeah, like it's like duh, why did I think of that? But
And,
no,
and
that's
you
so
you know
fascinating. Yeah.
teaching actually makes you a faster artist, since
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
you get to articulate your ideas in a simple way
Hmm.
that you can actually teach them to other people. So I've been an art
Yeah.
teacher for the last 8 years, and
Wow.
every time I give kind of like a new
Ew.
course, a new topic, the
Hmm.
thing is that I get faster, I get more proficient, because I understand my process a lot more, and
Yeah.
I can help people to I can help people replicate all that stuff. And some of my students, I only teach in Mexico as for right now. I haven't been able
Hmm.
to crack the U.S. market yet, but I love to. I
Yeah.
actually was
YouTube.
teaching class at Dreamworks. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I was reviewing portfolios back in the day, so I was
Yeah.
teaching people how to get good enough to get into the productions. So
Oh, cool. I'm gonna show this.
I have all this background of being an art mentor, and that
Uh-huh.
actually made me draw a lot faster. Like I never
Yeah.
consider myself talented, because I always struggle with
Hmm.
art. But
Yes.
when I was
Same.
able to articulate all these processes in kind of in a simple way, it actually made me understand how I worked better, and I just pretty much did more of the thing that I knew that worked, and I started to erase the stuff, do less of the stuff
Hmm.
that doesn't work.
Yeah. No, because that's how I was for a long time. Because coming from like the hyper realistic portrait side, I was so like caught up in making things look perfect, because you have to be perfect when you're
Yeah.
doing like a replica of a portrait when you're trying to do it that thing. But what got me back into doing art a long time ago was I started doing these exercises where I decided to ditch pencils and just go
Hmm.
straight into things with inks,
Oh yeah.
because it was making me get faster and being way more confident with my line work, and I could do portraits now just with ink without
Nice.
even erasing anything.
Nice.
So that actually helped me so much learning. It also helped me learn along the way too that, listen, if you fuck it up the first time, guess what, you can redraw it. It's not going to be as fucked up the next time you draw something.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
You got to get into that mindset. Just because you're here now with your wherever you are in your art wise, keep at it, because you don't know that one thing. Also, I really suggest changing up mediums too, because you never know what medium is going to click with you as well too. Like watercolors, painting, charcoal, all that kind of stuff to me just like enhanced my work as an artist, and I can't really wait to get back to do art. But yeah, it's amazing to me.
I
We
hope
got
you
Sarah in
do
the chat.
soon.
Super pretty. Yeah. I actually want to show this too, because this is kind of the process of what I was talking about earlier with your panel work, of how you were just going from like doodle to like second step, third step, fourth step, which is quite amazing. Um, I don't know if you could really see this, because it's just very thin, like scribbly line work of where you're putting stuff down here.
Hmm.
And then you have the second panel here where you go in a little bit the grays, a little bit of black, kind of make it more details.
Yeah.
And then it's like boom, like you just got straight up just bam. But that's amazing to me how you're just going like scribble scrabble. Let's add a little bit gray tones, some black lines, and then boom, just like. But that's, I love seeing that. I love seeing that progress. It's just fascinating to me. And you have some just, it's just so amazing for me to see this, because I'm very much in love with this art style and I love this. So I want to talk about this for a minute, because if you guys are just joining us, we have way more people joining us now than we did a minute ago. You have already crushed your stream goal, your funding
Yes.
goal. Congrats on that.
Thanks.
What? You're over 100 backers. What? Let's go. And you
Yes.
have 4 days to go. So if you're just joining us, you have to back this by Wednesday, April 30th, next week, by the way, 12 a.m. Eastern time. And because you're in Mexico, you're going to see a little squiggle over there, and it'll convert to whatever it is, whatever country that you're from. It'll be converting it anyways. So
Hmm.
you'll see that pretty much on every campaign that you're on. Uh, let's see, Sarah, you don't think you have the, listen, I didn't either, and it stressed me out for a long time, but the more you do it, it just becomes second nature, and you're like, oh yeah, this is easy peasy
Hmm.
stuff here. But I love this. So if you guys are just joining us, we're going over cam here for Club Van Fleur. Very adorable. I love the story that you're telling here. I love your artwork. It is just so breathtaking to see all of this. And I want to go over your tiers in a hot second, but to me, this is just, it's just stunning. Like I have no other words for this. It really gives me like really good anime, but also like RPG vibes to it that it makes you want to go explore these things. Like I want to go
Oh, nice.
explore. I want to learn how to build stuff. I want to do alchemy. Let's go. Listen, I have pretty much the entire Atelier Iris series next to me. Let's
Oh,
go.
nice.
Oh, let's go. I want to go create stuff. I do love the relationship that you have here. What did you say her name was? Julie?
Julie. Yeah, Julie Van Fleur.
Julie and the butler. I love the relationship that they have. Plus this dog. Listen, I love this doggo. The dog is adorable. But yeah, I love the relationship that they have. Look at this dog. He's so cute. This is fascinating. But dude, your mech work and your metal work is so insanely good. I love that you put an eyeball on the top of that steam engine over there.
Yep.
No, this is so good. But I love the characters. You could tell that this is just giving me like, oh crap, what's that? Made in the Abyss, but also like
Made in the Abyss is one of my favorite shows. I know it's
yes, come on, yeah,
but it's like you can tell like all of my stories have all of that Made in the Abyss kind of story.
Yes, let's go.
Like it's super messed up, but at the same time, like you get super curious about the world and everything, you know?
Yeah, it's good. And let's see, don't think it's been listen. It's amazing to me. Like, okay, I took like a 6-year long break, and the first thing that I did, this is when I started my Twitch streams, like I don't know, 6 years ago. I did like a 5-year break from that to me, and it was amazing to me because I just wanted to test where my skills were because it's been so long since I did anything, and I drew like a Morticia Adams, and this is what started my art journey. And I did the pencil layouts for it, and I was like, you know what, pencils are not going to do this goth babe justice. Yep. What can I do that's going to be dark enough to like give this mood to this gothic legend? And I was like, charcoal. Let's do that.
Nice.
I had charcoal pencils in my desk for like 30 years. I never used them, and I was like, what the hell have I been using these? They what? But yeah, test it out. Do things. Listen. Oh, that's a very good question. Since it ends on the 30th, are you going to be doing late pledges?
Yes, I'm gonna do late pledges until I go to print. That's maybe the second week of May. So it's gonna be open for maybe a couple weeks more. But the thing is that the standee and the merch kind of perk are gonna get closed since in a couple of days I will be sending to make the standees from China. We haven't gotten hit by tariffs yet here in Mexico, so I get to still buy merch from China.
Get it on that, yeah.
and the keychains. So, but they are very limited. So at the same time, it's like I think I have like 17 backers for the standees. I'm gonna just ask for 20 or 25 at most. But I'm gonna close that those rewards, those tiers. And the rest, the books are gonna be still be up. There's gonna be 2 covers, cover A, cover B. There's the digital deluxe, which has all the process. I just added that today.
Oh, lovely. Oh, nice. I love books and things that come with extra steps. But let's see, what are you gonna say? Yes, very nice. So yeah, hopefully it'll still be on there for late pledges. But I do have a question because you do have a website and you have a store on there. Will this be available on your store?
Oh, as of right now,
or how? Yeah.
No. At this time, the store is kind of messed up, so it actually just disappeared for some reason, and I haven't been able to get into it until I actually finish and deliver this book at the time I told backers because I don't want to be late on my books. So after that. Maybe on June I will have my store open again.
Perfect. But, no, that's actually good. Yeah. Because we're also getting into super con season over here. I don't know how the con scene is in Mexico. Do you get a ton of cons over there, or do you kind of come out to states to do cons?
I do this in Mexico, but at the same time, I've been out of the con scene for the last 7 years. So I'm getting back actually at the the last days of May and the first days of June.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna go back to my first con, and I want to bring Club Van Fleur. I actually made the kind of promise that I will get this book already printed in Spanish. So
Ooh,
I actually
okay.
have to push the pedal on this one, since I'm
Okay.
I'm almost done with the rendering, and I have to color and do the lettering for the last 60 pages in like 2 weeks, and then send them to print.
Listen,
Yep.
you do like 90 pages a day. You got this. You're fine.
I hope so. I
Uh,
hope so.
Yeah. So that's okay. So that's something I want to ask too. So if somebody's on this campaign and you're also going to be printing in Spanish, is
Yep.
there an option for them to pick what language they want it in?
Yeah, there's different tiers. There's the
Okay.
it has kind of like a Mexican flag, and there's the PDF on
Yeah.
Spanish, and the
Okay.
and the physical book on Spanish.
Amazing.
But the thing with the book on Spanish is that for Mexico it won't have UV spot. So the US books both are going to have UV spot, but in Mexico it's kind of like a different market. So I decided to go for a kind of like a lot less books, kind of like more like a limited run, and not
Okay.
as premium as the US book.
All right. Well, let's go to. Let me go over your tiers real quick, and then we can go check this out. So everything that you see is going to have the MX dollar sign on it, because that's the Mexican currency. So if it says some weird amount there, don't worry about it. It tells you about what it is on the bottom here. So if you just want to leave a pledge without getting a reward or anything, you could do that. It's starting at $1, but obviously it'll be different depending on what country that you are looking from this. Then over here, if you want to back both covers of cover A and cover B, which is this one here, this is cover A, and then you have cover B here. You can get both covers there.
And the
I
PDF.
know it does say, and the PDF. I know it says 800. Don't worry about that. On the bottom it says about $41. So roughly around that, you can get both covers for that, plus the PDF version, which is quite fantastic. And I'm gonna just click on this real quick just to see what shipping is. I have no idea what shipping is. I'm gonna say it's about $16, maybe.
$15. Yeah.
About $15. So you're doing Canada, Mexico, and the United States.
Yep.
Which is pretty good, because if you're doing your first campaign too, you kind of want to see where things are going.
Yep.
Especially if you're doing from a different country coming into the States, we want to figure out all the little kinks of stuff that's happening currently right now with shipping. So
I know.
You got it. And I don't know if Pirate Ship does from where you are, but I would definitely check into there to see if you can actually use those to go out or not. If not, then just go on with.
I tried, but they unfortunately, they don't do deals with Mexico.
Oh, that's too bad. Maybe there's another one out there, because I know there's like Shippo and a few other ones. So I wonder if they do that as well. But yeah, but if you just want the digital tier, because first of all, this is like 80 pages. It's about $6, so that's amazing. For $6, you're getting an amazing 80-page story here, which is fantastic. And this is only volume 1. So how many volumes do you think planned out for this?
For the first arc, I already have pencils for the first 500 pages. So that's 6 books that are already ready to ink. Yeah.
Holy moly. That's fantastic. Okay, so see how this says USD there? And then down here, it's got the flag on it for Mexico. So if you want the US version of the PDF, $6. You want the Mexican version, it's also about $6 there. But yeah, you can get them in Spanish or English, depending on which one you want. And this is cool too, because you have digital add-on bundle for about $11. You're going to get the 8-bit story plus your other 2 series, which is Lumina Vox as well for volume 1 and volume 2. That's really cool too, because your 8-bit story sounded quite fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's the 3 bundle there. And then you get the digital deluxe one, which is about $13, just a couple bucks more, because you're getting extra behind the scenes as well, which I love seeing in books. Those are my favorites. Anything to do with like an artist edition or like something to show like how you created the process. That's where I love in books. I love that kind of thing, which is quite fun too, because, I can't see as it is. So
no, yeah,
I love to zoom in. Dude, Sheldon. Okay, so we have a couple of people that are just popping in here, and let me show you this. Okay, He wants to know, do you pencil on ink and paper? Hold on, let me pull up some of the art because I think you're going to be amazed by this, Sheldon. It's to me, it's so graphic, but also it's just fantastic. So here's some of your digital stuff. I don't know. Do you do anything in traditional anymore?
I have sketch cards as add-ons,
Oh.
and sometimes I
Nice.
do original art. So I sent to
Okay.
people. The last thing I did was a commission from Eve from Stellar Blade, hanging with Conquer from
Nice.
the little
Yeah. Uh-huh.
squirrel. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I usually do some stuff on traditional, but most of my stuff is digital.
Yeah, and then this is just kind of like how you do your process right here. Basically, scribble, and like kind of detail it out a little bit with your gray backgrounds, a little bit of black. So then you come in here and just like I don't know how you go from like this blop to like blop right now, but it's quite fantastic. But here, Sheldon,
Thanks.
get in on some of this artwork because it is mind blowing. Just the detail in the background, plus the characters that you have, but also it's just I'm so in love with your artwork. It's fantastic. I
Thanks.
love seeing this. Like this, one of my favorite shots. But also, dude, your machinery is fantastic. You do such good machinery. I love seeing that.
Thanks.
Here's another one of that finalized piece there. But yeah, look at this. Look at this. Just background. It's insane. Quite insane. It's quite good. But yeah, you have so much in here. I think anybody that backs this is going to just have a mind-blowingly good time just looking at your art and reading the story because it sounds fantastic. Let me see if I missed anybody while we're chatting. Yeah, holy smokes, that's a nice. Like, listen, I know exactly. And Sarah wants to know: do you do cover commissions? Cough, cough. As people that run other campaigns and books might be in chat, they might want to know that.
Yeah.
So do that. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
So find me on X. I'm at Radtastical Core or Jose Garcia. You will find me there. I usually have commissions open. Actually, this book was supposed to take me around 2 months, but I took like 2 books commissions. So I already, in between drawing this, I did like an 80-page book, which is already drawn, ink, and colored. I did another one shot for my friend Tyler from Draw and Talk, and we have a campaign right now. It ends in maybe like an hour called
I saw that. Yeah.
Blackjack Duelist. I play Blackjack to save the world, and that was 20 pages. So I usually get like some commissions in between my work. But right now I am at the point where I finish all my job. I have like steady income from my classes, and I have kind of these savings. I have like 2 years savings to just focus and go full time on Club Van Fleur. But I will still be doing. I told myself that I will be doing like maybe 2 or 3 covers a month. So you can get a hold of me, send me a DM, and we can figure that out.
Grant says he backed it. He's taking off, but thanks
Nice.
for us and have a good weekend. Yeah, thanks for backing, coming in here. That's fantastic.
Thanks a lot.
Let me see if I can plop this right here just real quick. So here's the link right here. You got 2 hours left on the Blackjack one, which I actually saw because I saved it a long time ago. But this here is the one for Blackjack. It's got 2 hours left on it. Also fantastic artwork. That looks insanely good too. And yeah, I follow Draw and Talk, and I lurk in those streams.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I lurk everywhere. Yeah. See ya, Grant. Thanks for backing. That's fantastic. Looks fun, cool universe too. Yeah, no, I think you've built some amazing thing here because you can also do some amazing thing with some gaming as well with this series, and it's quite fantastic. I know we're pushing like over an hour, but I just want to go over your tiers still that we're going down here. And so the digital deluxe one there, and then you have I believe this is also the digital deluxe one, but the Spanish version.
Yeah, that's the physical version for Mexico.
The physical version. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Physical plus PDF. And then down there, $20 for the cover A for Club Van Fleur. That's the original cover.
Yes.
And that has PDF, a PDF. Yeah.
Cover B, which is this one right here.
plus the PDF.
21
Yeah.
about $21 right there. So cool. So plus the PDF, that's awesome. If you want the merch tier, which comes with a standee and what is that? Oh, the 3x3.
That's a
3x3
keychain. Yeah.
standee. Oh, that's a keychain.
A keychain and a sticker sheet that has transparent stickers. Like they don't have the white borders. These are kind of premium. I love them.
Nice. They look really good. And that's about $31. I see somebody that's back in that. Nice. You have about 141 left of those. Let's see. Then if you just want the standee tier, which is just a couple, which is the copy of this one, which is, let's see where that, I think that's right.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
Right there. You get $51. Wow, you had a lot of people backing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool. And I already have it's on route, but I already asked for kind of like the they send you a sample, and I can't wait to get it on my hands, and I can take pictures of that. It's really cool to have merch of your own stuff.
Yes, I think so too. Especially if you're planning on whatever doesn't sell, you'll have it anyways to take to cons with you. Also, if you want the 8-book story, but in the physical book, you can get a copy of that as well, and that's 160 pages with that. And dude, you got sketch cards in here for $21. So a 6x4 sketch card. That's amazing. You could add some extra ones in here if you want the physical original covers of the Lumino Vox as well. You can add those in there, and those are 31. And that's also 96 pages each. That's crazy. You got a lot of good material in here, and you got a lot of good things that I know people would want. So yeah, this is an amazing campaign. Let me just get up to the top and refresh this.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're getting up there in days, and you got 4 days left. So yeah, definitely go and check all this out. Before we get out of here, let's answer a couple of the other questions that I had starred in here. Glenn wanted to know, what is your favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
I have a lot, but the one that comes to mind right now, it's Good Will Hunting.
Okay, nice. TM wanted to know, are you a fan of Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss?
A couple of my students are animators on both, on Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
Nice. Look at that.
And I like Has Been, but I haven't been able to watch the whole series, mostly because some of my friends give me so much cringe posting about Has Been that it has put me off for a while. So after that dies down, because they are super fans, after that dies down, I will take a look.
I have a Has Been shirt over there that I got at an anime convention, and I love it. Yes. Let me see. And we had way more questions in here from Eric, which I do want to show. I don't know if he's streaming or anything right now, but you want to know, would you do web comics someday or just straight to print? Now, did you have a global comic somewhere, or was I just
no, I don't have yet. So so the plan with Club Van Fleur and some of my comics later on, it's pretty much I want to get the first arc out, but in crowdfunding. And once I get enough money to go around, I want to post kind of like the work in progress version as a webcomic. Like instead of making like these super detailed pages put as a webcomic, I will put kind of like the line art page without the rendering. But I want to tell the whole story like that. And whenever it comes to the time to print the books, I will be kind of crowdfunding to buy myself the time to do the rendering. So you will have like a premium project, product, but the story will be keep going on as webcomics.
Yes, line without rendering. So I'm good. I'm glad that you're still in the chat, Eric, because we're about to answer the rest of your questions here. So I'm just going to 3 of these off at the same time to kind of answer this. This was when we were talking about how your storyboard guys were telling you to do like the 12 panels, and you wanted to know why the 12 panels. Was there a reason why they picked 12 panels?
Can I share my
you picked it? Oh, you have that up right now? Yes.
Yeah. Let me just
here. Let me stop my screen, and then if you want to present, then I'll go ahead and add you on there.
Okay. Let me
sure.
Share my screen. So this is it's on present, and then it's share screen.
I know sometimes it goes blank, and then sometimes it says some weird thing, and you got to take you a minute to figure out what it's actually looking at.
Okay, so let me. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to.
You have to have it open in a separate thing first. So, like, if it's like a video or whatever, you got to open that first and then kind of hit the button to find it. Otherwise, it's not going to find it.
Okay, I found it, but
Okay.
I have so many tabs open that I'm
Me too.
trying
I
to.
know. If
Uh,
it's in a tab, just move that to a different window, and then you'll be able to see whatever the tab is.
mm-hmm. Okay, 1 second, and Zoom Messenger, Notepad. What the hell? Where is it? Where is it? um,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, I have like a couple more down there. Um,
Don't worry. Yeah. You. That
and
sharing thing is just a mess. I don't understand how. Like it just finds the weirdest thing, and like sometimes I'll go to click it, and I'll have like 5 rows that are just blank, and I'm like, "What is?" I don't understand what that is. But yeah, let's
let
go
me close
StreamYard.
a couple of stuff, and then
go,
I'm gonna
go,
try
go
to
for it. Yeah, yeah,
because I already have it. I want to share. I don't know if I can
yeah,
share screen, which is screen three. Okay, this is not it. I
yeah.
rather just share my screen as is.
Oh, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So
there it is.
yeah, there it is.
Uh, Holy moly. Okay, let me add this to the stage. Yeah, I don't know if we can make this out, but here, let me
Yeah,
make it.
and I can make it big. So I want to
Yeah. Okay.
share my
Holy
process.
moly.
So
Holy moly.
the first thing I did for this comic, so
Mhm.
everything is in Spanish. So I
That's
just
okay.
kind of like divided all my arcs in just one single sentence. So I did like, okay, this is from beginning to end. These are the beginning of my story, and this is the end. Okay. So I try to make everything in 20 panels, and then I pretty much just do like a drawing for the complete um, kind of arc. So this is gonna be
Hmm.
the 6 first books. It's gonna be about the boys finding themselves. There's gonna be a crucified guy at some point. This was
Okay.
the first design of the butler, but I changed it. Here are some of the
There
automatons,
we go.
and they are gathering, kind of seeing this weird flame, and that's kind of like the first arc. The second arc is gonna be they're gonna be at the university. They're gonna kind of have this kind of like Metal Gear kind of those walker stuff, and they're gonna be pursued by a robot, and they're gonna find one of the the earlier members of Club Van Fleur, and they're gonna um, kind of they're gonna meet the other prospects from Club Van
Yeah.
Fleur, and the Arc 3. They already have their uniforms, and they are fighting, and you will see that okay, there's this whole arc whenever they go to this phantom town wherever strange things are happening, and they're gonna be fighting with all this stuff, all these machines that have kind of like fungi, and you have like all these other ex Club Floor members. And
I
if
love
you,
those crotchety old guys.
yeah, I love it too. And I did that for everything on the series. Like
Wow.
later on, they're gonna be fighting with a troll. They're gonna find like this library
Yeah.
with this guy that it's
Yeah,
pretty
that
much like,
guy.
I love it. I love him. It's one of the Club Van Fleur black sheep. He's the one
Uh,
meddling with magic and
oh,
other
oh,
stuff.
yeah. He looks like a meddler.
Yeah. So I have
That's
everything
fascinating.
like drawn within these keyframes. You can say they
Hmm.
are keyframes, and then I pretty much use this. I pretty much use this template, which
Uh
is
huh.
okay. So this is the story I want to tell. This is the first arc. So where does it start? That's the green post-it. Where does it end? That's the purple post-it. And then
Wow.
where does it lead to? And I draw. I start with these 4 drawings to draw the entire arc, and then I pretty much just write like all the key points I want to make, and then
Hmm.
I draw them all by themselves, right? So I have
Interesting. This is cool. Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
autistic.
Eric is saying this is amazing, and then Michael says, "So cool getting to look at this process." Yeah, no, this is quite fascinating.
Yeah.
Dude, if you guys just want to do a show sometime, another time, we could talk about process and like what you guys do, like how you guys come up with your way that you work. I'd be very fascinated to talk about that. That would be so much fun.
Yep. And you pretty much just do the fractal kind of progress.
Yeah.
You break it up. You start asking the same questions in between
Mhm.
keyframes, and then you end up with something very autistic like this. And it's very organized. It's pretty cool, and I like it.
What program is that?
This is called Lucid App.
Interesting. Okay.
So yeah, it's kind of free. You have 3 templates in which you can work for
Nice.
free. But since
Okay.
since I do classes, I pay
Yeah.
the $10 for the monthly membership. But I get to my students have the same template, and
Okay.
they put their own drawings in there, and I do some annotations. So yeah,
Interesting.
so that's how I work with my students.
Nice.
Fractal,
Eric,
yeah.
is fractal a process?
Let me show you something. I was working on
Okay.
this while we were talking.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nice.
Let me show you the fractal process, and this is from
It's
NB.
okay. Listen, we're talking.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. So this is the last thing that I kind of can show. This is from Andy Kong from he does classes at Project City, and he has this fractal process in which you have like if your sequence you have a sequence in animation,
Mhm.
you divide it in beginning, middle, and end, and your beginning it's broken into beginning, middle, and end. So it looks something
Nice.
like this
This is
fractal. So
fascinating.
you break your story in 3 acts. You break your act in beginning, middle, and end. That beginning, you broke it down in beginning, middle, and end. And the first scene, you break it down in beginning, middle, and end. And that's the way you go. That's the fractal method.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
that keeps everything easy. So
Eric says he knows Andy.
yeah,
Nice. Nice. Dude, this has been absolutely fascinating. But yeah, if you guys want to get together and we can do a stream, we just talk about process, whatever materials that we're using, whatever programs that we're using, dude, we could do that easily. We just talk shop all day long. We can
yeah,
just
for
bump.
sure. Yeah, I love to.
That'd be fun. Yeah. It'd be a later. I don't know how late you guys are up, but it'd probably be, I don't know, after 8 p.m. sometime. Oh, but yeah, we could easily do that because I know Eric, you guys have a different time zone. So yeah, that would be amazing. That would be fun. I love that kind of stuff. I love looking at people's paper if they're using traditional art. What paper
Nice.
are you using? Where did you get that from? Yes, that's all my favorite thing. I have all your links down below. Plus, I did link the other campaign that you have in the chat. So hopefully that people go click on that because I think it has just under 2 hours left as well.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, go check that out. And thank you for coming on here. Yeah, you can come back anytime. We'll talk all kinds of fun stuff.
Thanks for
Thanks
having
to
me.
Cran. Yeah, Cran back. So thanks to Cran for backing. Thanks for everybody for being here. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I'm probably gonna eat more pasta because I'm hungry.
Yeah, for sure.
And you gotta go take off. Oh, you've been doing whatnot? Nice. Yeah, you and do you know Loke? Have you met Loke yet? He'll be around for our AAPI with Nam again this year that we're doing next month. But yeah, go check him out. There's a whole bunch of guys on in the community that have jumped that I know from Twitch that moved to whatnot to go sell all their artwork. So yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
You have nice. Yeah, I'll have to get your whatnot again, Eric, and then we'll go check it out. I kind of stepped away from that because I went bananas during COVID. With too
Yep.
much stuff there. But I'm kind of moving more into the original art area at the moment. So yeah, but yeah, thanks for coming on here. Go have fun with your family, and we're gonna get out of here. So
Thanks for having me.
Bye,
And
guys.
bye to the chat. Bye.
Bye. Yes, waving to the